I know it's kind of time for gathering spoons, but today we're doing something different. We're in the car, more rolling. And after falling on my ass yesterday on rollerblades, rolling with the Spectrum t-shirt. I'm still wearing this t-shirt. I might be getting smelly. I don't know, but we'll wash it. We'll wash it today. Here I am in the car with the CEO of Enabling Spaces. That's there, who's going to focus more on driving so we don't die. But we just thought we'd have a bit of a conversation about autism and stuff. So I thought I'd get the stream running. There's nobody watching as usual, which is good. I like that. I like it's exclusive stream. Hey Matilda, how are you? Cool. So yeah, we're just going to have a discussion with Shelley. So a little bit about Shelley. What Shelley does, and I'll just get some video of her while we're driving. What Shelley does is she's the CEO of Enabling Spaces. So she's got a design background, and she also has family who are on the spectrum. And she has also been, what have you been studying?
I have been doing postgraduate work in autism studies.
Autism studies, is that what it's called?
That's the name of the course through Griffith Uni.
So for once, we have an actual dedicated autism expert here. Expert, I guess. She's been doing autism studies. She's been which is great. Because it is Autism Awareness Month. Rolling with the Spectrum merch, Autism Awareness Month. And so anyway, where were we? Yes, so Shelley's been doing some research. She's going to be on the doing a taping for a radio broadcast to do with autism. So basically, she has done a Churchill Fellowship, travelled around the world and gone and talked to just about everybody that's doing anything with autism and live design. And she talked to a lot of other people just in the autism world. If you go to www.enabling.com.au, you can find some information. Hey Matilda, I'm good, mate. You can find some information about Enabling Spaces, and I believe there's a book you can download as well.
Yes.
She's got merch. She wrote a whole book on the experience and everyone she talked to. So, you know, if you're on the spectrum, if you've got family on the spectrum, people that are struggling with meltdowns and struggling to keep people regulated at home, difficulties can be environmental. Hey Jamie, how you going? So once again, this is Shelley, and we're just having a conversation in the car on the phone, doing a live stream. Oh, could have been exciting though. Might have just gone through a red light. So I'm taking the phone over here so that Shelley doesn't look at me. But yeah, so Shelley's got a book that she's done. I can just point at Shelley here. Look, it's Shelley on my finger. Hello. Yeah, don't get me involved with driving while I'm streaming. Driving while streaming is a bad idea. Excuse me. So I'm sorry if the sound's a bit crappy. We didn't have, the microphones are in the back. So we're just going to make a bit of content this weekend up at the farm where Shelley lives, and look at oh gosh, I need a copyright. I don't know. I need my mouth washed out with soap every time I say that. Note to self: don't say And yeah, so we were just talking about the potential for the business. So Shelley's now an academic in the autism field as well as a designer. So yeah, I want to help her with what she's doing, because I think it's really amazing work, and it's not talked about anywhere. There's nobody talking about the environment and how, well, they are, but not like, oh, well, what about the environment at home? It's just assumed that the environment at home is neutral environment, which from some of the stories she's told me, quite often it's not. She had the famous story I remember is the one about the kid. Did you meet the parents, or was it?
No, it was friends of the young man.
Friends of the friends.
Yeah.
And so they'd had they knew a young man that had been really struggling at home, having meltdowns to the point of destroying the sheetrock in the walls, like all of the time. And so what they discovered is they painted the walls a different colour, or
So they fixed them. So they thought they needed to reinforce the walls, so they put in the plywood and then resheeted it. And then thinking about what colour, thought a change of colour. So his support network, his group, his parents, the carers, thought about what he liked. And they said, well, he likes the ocean. Let's paint it blue. And so it was painted blue. I'm not sure what colour it was beforehand. And then they had no problem at all with damaged walls, because he loved his blue walls, and he would not let anyone make his bed or touch the blue walls. Nothing was allowed to touch it. He would take visitors that went to their home into his bedroom to show them. We need to look past symptoms to understand, and obviously this young man was non-verbal, just as my grandson in his level 3 autism with intellectual disability and Down syndrome. So, and I've actually just spent overnight with him, digressing a bit, but he's lovely, he's gorgeous. Anyway, so it's about understanding the reason, and whether someone is articulate or higher support needs, we need to understand the reason behind it and behind the behaviour. And in this case, it was simply the colour of his bedroom walls. That's all it was.
And I have autism, and my favourite colour happens to be blue. And oh my God, Rolling with the Spectrum makes blue merch. Amazing. Stick around and try a hand at being a dad. Responsibility and accountability will teach you more than running away. Never run away from that, but Johnny, you commented, so and being a dad will change you in ways that you didn't. Everyone I know that's had kids, and every father I know, and particularly fathers that were a bit random, have had kids. It's I don't know, it's like giving them a purpose in life. You know what I mean? Like they feel like it brings out the best in them. So give it a go. Hey Rosalind, how you going? Come to Iran, Habibi. Oh, why not? It sounds like the fun place to be right now. So here we are. Yeah, man, I know a few people, like one mate of mine, he passed away recently, but he was a really good dude. Probably not what anybody would call father material, but he loved his kids so much, and he would have done anything for his kids. So, he's a bit scruffy, but he was a good person. Do you know what I mean? So, anyway, good luck with it. Let us know how you go. I think there's always more learning if you do the hard thing. Do you know what I mean? You'll learn more, and you'll learn more about yourself, and it will build your resilience, and it will build your compassion and understanding, and yeah, and it will teach you about yourself. Anyway, life lessons on the Autism Addict Show. Oh my God. Oh, there you go. Rolling with the spectrum. Jamie's got a couple of kids. He'll be able to tell you what more insight than me. Only half raised a teenager, so not even half raised. Oh, quick shot of the Lambo out the window. Oh yeah, baby, Lambo cam. That's just for you, brother. All right, so wow, so we were having a really in-depth conversation. I was even starting to feel a bit overwhelmed because Shelley is full bottle on the subject, and I am going to grill her for the channel all weekend. Trust me, we will get to the bottom of autism. Hopefully I can be an expert by the end of the weekend. No, I'm not an expert on autism. I'm an expert at being autistic. But that is not the same as an expert in understanding autism.
And I'm an expert in understanding the built environment for autism.
Yeah. Built environment, if you want to destroy environments, I can tell you how to destroy them. I can tell you how to upset people you've never even met before. Anyway, moving right along. So we're heading to Midland at the moment. Shelley is transporting us to Midland, and we are going to, as I said, it's really a content making weekend. And so that's a really good example of the kind of stuff that Shelley's doing, that story about her friend's friend. And she also has a grandchild that is on the spectrum and has intellectual disabilities and whatnot. Lovely kid. But yeah, on the spectrum. Oh, yeah, you can get an interview. Sure, why not? Rolling with the Spectrum wants to get an interview with you.
Yep.
Well, I was telling Shelley that she should come around and enable your space.
Why did they stop so quickly?
People stopping quickly. I don't know, mate. It's all different, I don't know. People freak out when they come to a train line. So I'm just going to do a, public service announcement here. If you do come to a train line, best thing to do is not be on the tracks at any point, right? If you're on the tracks, you should be thinking, I need to get off these tracks as soon as I possibly can. Because if you just go, and stop on the tracks, the next thing that's going to happen, mark my words, out of nowhere, suddenly there'll be a train. Even if it's train tracks that have not had trains on them for 100 years, suddenly a train will just appear and crash into your car. Maybe I've watched too much of the internet, who knows. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Chuck some likes in there, guys. Hit the subscribe button, bang the notification bell. We'll be doing a few lives, I would imagine, and making a few videos this weekend. Maybe, Jamie, we could do a live and you could interview Shelley on a live. Hey. Yes, train tracks are, good. Some people, I'm a crane. I've got autistic crane fascination. I liked being a rigger because I got to play with cranes. It was good. So, is there a question you would like to ask Shelley, Jamie, while we've got her here, driving, distracted? Trying to concentrate on not running into other cars. She's doing a very good job. The lady had something sticking out of her ear. Looked like a straw. So this is where we're at right now. I'll give you a bit of a look around. Here we are, looking around. This is Midland. Is this Midland? What's that? Is that the old... That's the old clock.
The old
town. That's where Back to the Future would have been filmed if it had been filmed in Australia. That's the Grand Central Hotel. Grand and Central.
Closed.
Midland Parade. Midland Discount Beds. I wonder what a discount bed feels like to sleep on. I wonder if that feels better than a non-discount bed. You do? You do. You like a good train, do you? How's we're still getting good sound and stuff, Jamie? Still hearing us down there? In Rockingham. Oh, there's a guy turning there. Oh, so here we go. This is just... So I'm going to cut the stream here. And we might do another one tonight from a very, very special location. And we might organise a more, I'll ask some questions and maybe do a little interview later, and because people will be expecting the usual afternoon stream. Well, it's normally about this time anyway. 14:15, 2, no, it's 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, all right. Cool, guys. I will see you soon. Hope you enjoyed this little stream. It was good to say hi, say bye, Shelley.
Bye.
And we'll talk to Shelley later. Just wanted to introduce her and say hi. And now I'm going to say bye from Midland. Peace out. Autism Addict signing off. When the button works.